What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews. I've got 5 bets that I've already got down on this upcoming slate of the NBA, and today I'm going to take you through them. Now, if that sounds interesting, let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
And that last set of games was an interesting one. Made a lot of profit in that one, but my straight bets didn't cash very well. It's crazy. VIP, when 15 units in the profit, we were really close to getting a 50-unit profit day. We're just a couple of Hartenstein rebounds away, but it didn't happen. But still, we'll take our profit and run. 56 units profit on the NBA season so far. Everything is ticking along nicely. I had a goal of getting 100 units, and we are well on track for that. Let's talk about the losing bets from yesterday. Daniel Gafford, over 11.5 points. I didn't see Clay going off. I knew Kyrie, Luka would have a pretty strong game. Maybe should have bet on one of those guys, if anything. But Gafford didn't get it done for us. 10 points. He was efficient as hell, just didn't get the volume. He played enough minutes. I didn't hate the bet, but there were probably better ones out there, so I shouldn't have taken it. Bradley Beal over 18.5 points. And I loved this bet before I took it. And now that it lost, got to tell you, I still like it. 5 from 18. The volume was there. 0 from 6 from deep. Finished with 15 points. If he just shot close to his average, he would have cashed this line with ease. Bradley Beal couldn't get his shot to fall tonight, but I think for the most part, the read was good. That was a good bet. For VIP, I shared a bet on Tyler Hero under his rebounds and assists, and that was the worst bet of the day. It was a really bad read. It was purely data-driven and nothing else, so I've got to be better around that, so that sucked. And I also took Christian Braun over his points prop once the news came out of Murray and Gordon being out. Finishes with 14 points. We get hooked, plays 37 minutes, attempts 14 shots. It was a pretty good bet. Didn't make any threes or get to the free throw line. Didn't have to take that one. I don't know why I did, but I thought I saw an opportunity, went after it, and didn't cash. So 4 straight bets I lost, 5 of them that I won. So nothing to really celebrate too much. But Herb Jones hit him for 2 3-pointers. Cade Cunningham got his points prop easily. SGA under his points and rebounds at cash, and Plumlee over his boards. And we also had Isaiah Hartenstein over his rebounds and assists. So pretty mediocre day in terms of straight betting. But man, this 15 units profit, it all came from these value plays and high value plays, which is very specific to my VIP. And I know we talk about all the time that you shouldn't be running parlays. The truth is that you can run parlays. You just need to have a strategy behind it. I've got a pretty clear strategy around parlays and the staking methods around it. If you want to join VIP and you want to see everything that I do, go ahead and do so. To celebrate the wonderful day that I've had, you can join VIP with a 50% discount off your first month. Use the code CADE. He scored 29 points today, so I've limited this to the first 29 people who sign up. The link for that is in the video description below, and you can check out my VIP. Now, let me show you all the work that I did today. 21 bets, 15.6 units profit, delicious, 108% return on your investment. These are the different types of bets, and this is what we're hitting on. Cade Cunningham, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Hit that easily. $50 into 160. Isaiah Hartenstein over rebounds and assists. $50 into 150. Mason Plumlee over rebounds and assists. $50 into 162. And you know I had to put those 3 things together. Check it out. Hit all 3 of them. Put them together. $25 into 780. You beauty. I actually got a lot of DMs and messages with screenshots of people who rode the same slip, and a lot of people bet a lot more than I did on this. So a couple of people won thousands based off this play. So that was the biggest winner of the day, but there's more. High value plays. Cade Cunningham, over 9 assists, 25 points, 7 rebounds, $25 into 168. Plumlee, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, $25 into 175. And we were close to hitting this. It was Isaiah Hartenstein let us down, had him for 15 rebounds, 5 assists. Couldn't get the boards, but we run these as a doubles combo. And what a doubles combo is as long as 2 of the games hit, you're going to get paid something. So we hit 2 out of 3 in this one, $30 into 472. I'll take that. Now, if you're interested in checking it out, all that stuff's in my VIP. All of my straight bets I'm going to give out for free on the YouTube channel anyway. But if you don't want to pay for VIP and you just want to try it out, then sign up to Rebet. Make a $10 deposit. Send me an email of the screenshot, and I'll give you a month of my VIP picks for free. You'll also get entry into a giveaway where I'm giving 5 people $100 US, and I'll do that once we hit 100 referrals on Rebet. So I think we're close to about 30 at the moment, 29 perhaps. I'm not too sure on the number. but we are getting there. Hopefully before Christmas time, we can give away $500. So the crazy thing is so many people have taken advantage of this opportunity, not only with Rebet, with all my other partners, and a lot of people are cashing on slips like this, all the value players, and they haven't even paid a cent for VIP just yet. And hopefully you guys stick around. But enough talking about VIP and how well yesterday was. Let's move forward, focus on the day ahead. I got 5 bets to share with you. Let's go. So before we do all the props madness talk, I just wanted to actually, before we get into props madness and all my bets, I just wanted to say thank you. And I wanted to celebrate. We hit the next milestone, 17,000 subscribers, baby. We are flying. Over 5,000 subscribers we've had in the last 28 days, which is mind blowing. Based on this hit rate, we could get to 20,000 subscribers before Christmas. That'd be absolutely amazing. So thank everybody for the support, all the wonderful, kind messages you guys leave every single day. It honestly means a lot to me. I am tired as hell right now, but there is no way in hell I was going to miss putting a video out for you guys. So I just want to stop to say thanks. We hit 17,000. 18,000 is next. So if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I'm dropping bangers just like this every single day. And if you could, leave me a comment down below. Every comment you do helps YouTube push this out to more people. I appreciate you. Let's get these 5 bets cooking. All right, we're jumping into props madness. This is the best tool you are going to find if you like betting on NBA player props. It gives me a clear advantage, I believe, when it comes. We're jumping into props madness. This is the best player prop tool if you like betting on the NBA. It's got all the advanced data that nobody else has. If you're interested in checking out, 7-day free trial in the video description below, and use the code DAFT when you sign up, and you'll get 25% off. Now let's talk about these bets, shall we? There's a whole lot of games. Unfortunately for us, there's a whole lot of injury news that you need to wait on. So I think at more than half of my bets are probably going to come closer to game time once we know who's going to be playing. But I did manage to get some of them down already. And a lot of these, honestly, not too hard to find. If you've been watching this channel, you've probably seen a lot of these same types of bets before. But we'll get into the first one. It's the Bucks versus the Nets. We're going with Dame Dollar. It's Dame time, baby. We're looking at Damian Lillard today. And we're starting with a system play. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is a system play? Well, a system play is a play that I bet on every single time, provided it meets the criteria. And for Dame, it meets it today. We're looking at over 3.5 rebounds for Dame. Got this at minus 130. And pretty much he's hit this in 16 out of 19 games this season. It's a system play. You just bet it whenever the odds are good and the line's still at 3.5. Just take it every single time and you'll make money by the end of the season. What I like about this is with Giannis in the lineup, Dame's hit this in 16 out of 17 games, averaging 4.7 boards. Up against the Nets today, played them earlier this season, finished on 4 rebounds in that game. The Bucks lost that game too. Their defense was atrocious. It has gotten a little bit better. And the way that I see things is if the Bucks are going to be a little bit better defensively, there's probably more potential rebounds to go towards the Bucks. And Dame Lillard probably snagged some of those up. So just taking this, it's purely a system play here. There's no advanced analytics, got nothing to do with it. The truth is, the hit rate on this is way too good to get odds at minus 130. That's what I'm saying. But that's the very first pick that I've got for y'all. The next one, I'm just going to scan these games because there's a lot of game times decisions. Let's jump into the Minnesota game. We've got the Timberwolves versus the Warriors. Now, they versed each other not too long ago, I think 2 days ago. It was somewhat close throughout the game, and then the Timberwolves ended up blowing them out. But the pick that I have in this game is on Anthony Edwards. And for Anthony Edwards, although his scoring might be a little bit inconsistent, where he is very consistent is from the three-point line. And check this out. Betting is over 3.5 3-pointers made today, which is wild. He's hit this in 17 out of his last 22 games this season, averaging 4.5 3-pointers made per game. Now, the Golden State Warriors, they do allow a lot of 3-point attempts. They're bottom 10 in the league in terms of 3-point attempts allowed. So if we filter Anthony Edwards and we remove the top 10 teams in 3-point attempts allowed, suddenly we see he's hit this in 15 out of 18 games when given the right matchup. Crazy. 15 out of 18 games, he's gone over 3.5 3-pointers made. It is absurd. So you could say this is another system play. It's not really. It does depend on matchups, but Anthony Edwards been cashing like a crazy man. Hit 4 3-pointers in that last game against the Warriors. He was 4 from 10, 40%, doing what he normally does. And I think he can do it again. It's purely based on volume. He should get close to 10 3-pointers in this game. Hopefully, he takes more. I think the Warriors are going to keep this game a little bit closer. I don't foresee them getting blown out again. If they keep it closer, that means more Anthony Edwards time, in my opinion. So I do like Anthony Edwards over 3.5 3-pointers made. That one is very straightforward. And if I take a look at what I'm betting on today, a lot of it is pretty straightforward. So should be easy for everybody to comprehend here. The next game we're going to go through is the Rockets versus the Clippers. Now, there's two different plays in this game that I have. And the first one's on James Harden. So James Harden up against his old team. You could slice this a couple of different ways, but his points props at 23.5, which seems absurd. I feel like that's too high. He's only hit this in 6 out of 24 games this season. But I'm not betting the under on that because he's getting pretty close to it. What I am betting the under on is his assist prop, right? Now, this is at 8.5. He's hit this, he's gone over 11 out of 24 games. So it's only a 54% hit rate to the under. So you're probably thinking, what do you think the edge is here? And it's very straightforward. This Houston Rockets team does not allow assists. The Houston Rockets allow the fewest assists in the league. They've got the second best defensive rating. Now, keeping all that in mind, when we look at James Harden against teams that don't allow assists, you'd be surprised at what you see. If you just look at James Harden against the top 10 teams in assists allowed, boom. He's under this line in 3 out of the 10 He's under this line in 7 out of the 10. Only over in 3 out of the 10 games, which is pretty wild. He went over against OKC, went over against Boston, and against Minnesota. Against all the other teams that are a tough matchup, hasn't made it happen. And if anything, this Houston Rockets team gives him the biggest problem, being the number one team in terms of assists allowed. In his 2 games so far against Houston Rockets, the first one, 7 assists from only 13 potential assists. And then the following game where they got blown out by the Rockets, he only had 2 assists from 6 potential assists. Now, I'm not saying that I expect to be a blowout here. It's only a 3-point spread. The game's going to be close. And I think James Harden can probably get to around 7, where he did the first time that he played them. What I'm saying is 8.5 is a little bit too high, in my opinion, in this type of matchup. Now, he's also playing at home today. At home, he's gone under this assist prop in every single game against these teams that don't allow assists. You're probably thinking, does he score more? Not necessarily. He's not scoring more at all. So a pivot that you could take here is probably the under in his points and assists, perhaps. That could be another angle. Check that out. He's under his points and assists in every single game against these teams that don't allow many assists. So that could be another pivot. I personally just ran with James Harden under 8.5, but the points plus assists, that's got my attention too. So that's the first play in this game. The second play I'm taking is Alperen Şengün, and I'm also looking at an under for him. I caught this at 22.5. It'll move to 21.5 for sure. Some people might even have it, well, some people already have it at 20.5. But looking at the numbers here for Alperen Şengün, I got the under 22.5 at pretty good odds. Shared it with VIP immediately, so hopefully they got it at good odds too. But look at this. Just on the last 23 games, he's gone over this in only 6 of these games. 6 out of 23. Now, his matchup is against the Clippers today, which is tough as hell. Şengün scoring a lot in the pick and roll. The Clippers allow the 5th fewest points in the pick and roll in the NBA. Şengün also likes to score in the restricted area. The Clippers, pretty good at limiting points in the restricted area as well. They got Zubac and his big ass down there looking to slow people down. So the matchup's tough. Şengün played the Clippers twice already this season. 13 points in 30 minutes and then 16 points in 33 minutes. Now, as of late, hasn't been playing many games with more minutes than that. So, I do like his under here because the matchup purely is difficult as hell. Now, if we use Props Madness, and this is very specific to Props Madness, you can't do this anywhere else, where you can try to use the filters to find very similar matchups. So in terms of the pick and roll, we know that the Clippers allow the 5th fewest points, and that's one of the dominant play types for Alperen Şengün. If we were to remove the worst 10 teams at defending the pick and roll, check this out. Whew. But wait, there's more. In the restricted area, that's where he scores a lot of his points. If we remove the worst 10 teams in defending the restricted area, whew, Alperen Şengün has gone under this points line in every single game when he sees a similar type of matchup, meaning up against a team that is not terrible at limiting points in the restricted area and not terrible at defending the pick and roll. A lot of these are average to mid matchups. He hasn't gotten close. Well, he's gotten close, but he hasn't covered this line. 16 points is an average. If you wanted to get a little bit more detailed with it, knowing how good the the Clippers are at defending the pick and roll, we can change this to the teams that are the best 10 at defending the pick and roll. And suddenly we see Alperen Şengün's points line. his average drops to 15 points per game. So I like the under here for Alperen Şengün. But I've told my guys in VIP, if this moves to 20.5, not to take it. We've seen him finish on 21, 22, 21 points to 20 points a lot of times. So I might get a little bit sweaty from there. I think a good pivot here for Alperen Şengün is over in his assists. So his line's at 5.5. The Clippers, they don't allow a ton of assists, right? But they do allow a lot of assists to the Alperen Şengün types, the Jokic builds, you could call them. Alperen Şengün's also had some success passing the ball against the Clippers. They're not going to let him score very much, but he will be forced to create. 2 games against the Clippers this season. Didn't score many points, but 6 assists from 13 potentials in the first game. Then he had 10 assists from 19 potentials in a blowout win in the second game. He's covered his assist line in 4 out of his last 5 games. He went under against the Warriors, who don't allow too many assists at all. So I don't mind the play here. If the points prop drops too low, then you might want to take the pivot, take his over 5.5 assists, right? Or if you want to get sexy with it, you could do some alternate lines. You could take Alperen Şengün like under 24.5 points and over 4.5 assists or something like that. You'd be surprised how good the odds are and how well the hit rate is for Alperen Şengün. Because if he's not scoring, he's probably diamond up. That's the thing. So that's the 2 bets that I have in this game. The last bet I wanted to share with you all was one of the easiest ones I could find all day. When I was just clicking through Props Madness, I was like, what? They still have it at this? And it's at Malik Monk. And I managed to find a few books that have his assist line at 4.5. And it is juice to the gills. You could dejuice it by adding it with something else, or you could bet a little bit higher to get more profit back. I'll leave it up to you. But Malik Monk over 4.5 assists. I jumped on that immediately. Now let's take a look at this. So Malik Monk joined the starting lineup here against the Minnesota Timberwolves. You can see it where it's all green. That's when he joined the starting lineup. And how many games are we looking at? 6 games, right? And in those 6 games, Malik Monk is averaging 7.8 assists per game. Now he's up against the Utah Jazz, who allow the 6th most assists in the league. They got the 4th worst defensive rating. How does Malik Monk not eat up the assists here? So I thought that was a really simple and straightforward play. The matchup's great. He's going to see minutes. He's going to get opportunities. He's playing like 32 plus minutes in every single game. The assists are going to come against a team that doesn't play defense, that allow a lot of assists naturally. I can see Malik Monk getting a lot of assists, De'Aaron Fox getting a lot of assists, and maybe even Sabonis getting a whole lot of assists. So for me, Malik Monk at this number was very straightforward, and I jumped on it straight away. Now, the line's most likely going to move to 5.5 by the time somebody is watching this. And the question is, what do you do if it moves to 5.5? You probably still play it. Now, the game he went under where he finished on 5 assists was against the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies actually don't allow too many assists at all. If you take a look, the Grizzlies, they allow the 6th fewest assists on the season, up against the Utah Jazz, who allow the 6th most. So that's a big swing there. So even at 5.5, I would probably still take Malik Monk. Or you could play an alternate line of 5 assists and dejuice it by adding Malik Monk 10 points or something like that if you wanted to. I'll leave it up to you. The 4.5 is what I caught. I absolutely love it. 5.5, I'd still play that too. The other pivot you could take with Malik Monk is his points plus assists. Now, in his last 6 games, since he joined the starting lineup, he's been averaging 30.7 points plus assists. The line here is at 22.5, which is disrespectful. The last 4 games is probably a more accurate representation of what he's capable of doing with this lineup, keeping in mind DeMar DeRozan was not available in his first 2 games. So if you look at his last 4 games with DeMar, De'Aaron Fox, and Sabonis in the starting lineup with him, still averaging 27.5 points and assists. And the matchup here against the Jazz is a great one. So Malik Monk, that's the last play I've got. Very straightforward. And I also think probably it's going to be pretty popular plays because of how easy they were to find. But I'm rolling with it. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to get too cute with it. I'm going to have a lot more plays out tomorrow once I know who the hell is playing. But if you want to see those, jump onto Winnable, join the VIP, and you'll get to see everything that I've going to put down. I guess let's talk about which games are money. I think this Nuggets versus Warriors game is money. We just got to determine who's playing or not. Jalen Johnson's game time decision at the moment. If he doesn't play, I think there's some good value all around. But we just need to wait to see what happens with that one. I think that's a great game to bet on. I think this Jazz versus Kings game, there's a lot of value in that one. I just managed to pick the first bet that I could find that I loved. This Lakers game could be a good one too. We're just going to wait on some game time decisions there. We only got LeBron and AD available for the Lakers. And this 76ers game, I think that's a good game to bet on, but Joel Embiid's a game time decision, so we don't know if he's turning up or not. So just a painful wait, having to wait for all these lineups to be confirmed, which sucks. But we do the best we can. So I'm going to edit this video and get it all out to you guys. Thank you to everyone. 17,000 subscribers is mind-blowing. Would love to get to 20,000 by Christmas. If we get to 20,000 by Christmas, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm saying it right here, right now. So if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop some comments down below, help this video go out to more people. Also, VIP, use the code CADE if you want to get 50% off my VIP, 50% off your first month. There's only 29 redemptions available for that. And if you just want to get trial my VIP picks for free, download Rebet, make a $10 deposit, screenshot it, email it to me, and I'll hook you up with a month of my VIP picks for free. Plus, I'll put you in the draw to win $100 US. So best of luck to you guys. Best of luck to everybody. I hope we all cash out today. Peace.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.